Hi, my name's Alex Hetu. I'm a senior systems designer here in Command & Conquer Rivals. So anything that's not combat or unit related, I'm sort of responsible for. So we just released update 1.3 for Command & Conquer Rivals, and it has a bunch of really cool features in it that I'm really excited about. One of them is custom matches. So one of the things we've been hearing about for months and months is the desire to want to play with friends who are not in your alliance. So now custom matches allow for that. You can start a custom match, puts up a room code. Anyone in the whole game can enter that room code and join a match with you, and you can play both using tournament rules, where levels are disabled, or regular rules to get a feel of what it's like on the ladder. So with the custom matches that we released as part of update 1.3, we've also added Spectator to the game. And Spectator has a whole new interface where you can see the deck that your opponent is playing, their Tiberium amounts, everything like that. So not only is this for custom match spectation for like tournaments or just friendly games, but we're also applying all of those cool updates to replays as well. So if you watch a replay, you now have a whole cool suite of information that you didn't have before. So with update 1.3, we've also changed how seasonal resets work, and we just had our first full season reset. So you probably logged in and saw that your medals got reset back further on the ladder. So this is a really exciting way for players to have an opportunity to earn more rewards in the game, because now instead of being all the way in Tiberium or Master or Platinum and not have very many rewards to work towards, every single month you'll have a whole new set of reward tracks that you can go and fight and to compete for. One of the hardest things about Command & Conquer Rivals for a lot of new players is just visually knowing what units do, right? You see a Rhino has a machine gun, it can shoot airplanes, but then Riflemen have machine guns, but they can't shoot airplanes. It's very sort of hard to get familiar with unless you played the game for a few times. So one of the things that we've added in patch 1.3 to Command & Conquer, try to make that a little bit easier, is now underneath each of the buttons for spawning units in combat shows what they're strong against. So now you can see directly that Riflemen are good against infantry, where Rhinos are good against infantry and aircraft. One of the new units that released as 1.3 hit was the Nod laser drone, which I was super excited for because I love different early game openers, and the Nod laser drone, it's a 20 cost Tiberium unit, comes out of the Air Factory for Nod, which didn't really have a starter unit before. So now this opens up a whole new set of openers that Nod can do to really capitalize on their aggression. You can go after harvesters, you can counter attack bike openers. It gives you a lot of cool versatile things you can do. So the GDI Mohawk is a new air unit we've added as well that really just opens up GDI Air to be way more successful. A lot of air units are sort of hit and run, they're glass cannony, they can't really stand and hold a point. The Mohawk is absolutely something that can stand and hold a point. It can go toe-to-toe for a long period of time with things like attack bikes, pit bulls, things that normally would drop orcas out of the sky. So if you're looking for a strong backbone to a GDI air army, then the Mohawk is the perfect answer for it. So the Nod Cyberwheel is another one of these cheap early game starter units. It's really going to open up the ability for Nod to start with their Hand of Nod or War Factory or Airport. Really, you can start with any of the three buildings now that the Cyberwheel's in play, and that will provide another way to capitalize on Nod's early aggression. You can swarm Cyberwheels, you can capture points, you can snipe points last minute with them. They really open up just a lot of different opportunities for Nod to play very differently in the early game. The Centurion is a unit that introduces a whole new mechanic to Command & Conquer Rivals. So they'll be able to bring up a shield, which will actually block any damage taken for a short period of time. So they're a great answer to any high bursty damage unit. So if you're fighting things like orcas or juggernauts or artillery, anything that does a hard to get close to because it does high burst damage, the Centurion is a great answer to. We're making changes to how Rivals Champions works. So with Champions and Blitz, for any of the events that are running, now you won't earn the rewards until the very end of the sequence, so you have to complete all the games in the event, and then you'll earn a big chunk of rewards. And with that comes a new rebuy system. So now you can choose to rebuy into the event using diamonds instead of credits, but because it costs diamonds, it repopulates the whole reward track, so you can earn the rewards over and over and over again by playing the event. In 1.4, we're adding the cloning lab, which is the feature I'm probably most excited about with the update, because it finally is an answer to how do I get specific cards in the game. If you really want War Dogs, you can choose War Dogs as the unit that you're actively cloning. So you choose War Dogs, then you play a bunch of games, and then at the end of those games, you'll get a whole bunch of War Dog cards. So it really gives you a way to target specific units that you love to use and get their levels up. Thank you guys so much for playing. That's it for this update. I hope you guys are excited about what's coming. I know I am. Let us know what you think on the Discord, on Reddit, on Twitter, and have a great time.